It's never happened before. It may never happen again. It's Clark's Furniture's huge pre-holiday private sale. For the first time ever, Clark's private sale goes public. You heard right, but time's running out to save up to 70% off store-wide. This is your golden opportunity to shop some of the most respected names in home furnishings like Flexsteel, La-Z-Boy, Broyhill, Natuzzi, Ashley, Von Bassett, Serta, and others, all at savings of up to 70% off. You'll find a huge selection of reclining furniture on sale, including rockers, wall huggers, heated massage chairs, lift chairs, and more. Reclining sofas start at just $5.99. Save up to 50% on gorgeous dining room groups and save hundreds on best-selling mattress sets by Serta and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get free box springs, pillows, and blankets. And find huge savings on adjustable bases. Interest-free financing for 3 full years is available. Don't wait. The incredible pre-holiday private sale is coming to an end at Clark's Furniture in Chillicothe.
Welcome to the Wildcat Coaches Show here on Wave TV. I'm Rod Tompkins, your host for this program, and a few others here on Wave TV. Joined right now by the head coach of the Southwest Livingston County Wildcats. It's Coach Tyler Anderson. When I say coach, it's several different things, Coach.
It's many different things: football, basketball, and wrestling.
So a lot of things as far as your time goes, teaching on top of that. A very busy schedule, but part of that busy schedule, there's been a lot of success involved in it this year. We'll talk briefly about football, because I wanted to congratulate you on a great football season. Your fine team, several of which you get back next year. It was a great run and really created a lot of support and a big buzz here in the community.
Thank you very much for all the support and coverage you guys gave first and foremost. I'd like to thank you guys for that. I know all the parents appreciate it, the kids appreciate it. I wouldn't be where I'm at without the group of kids that we've had. The young men here, started with my first year, the freshman group, they worked extremely hard, and it's just kind of carried over. The seniors that are leaving this year, I told them this year, their legacy's not going to end now. Even though they're graduating, they're moving on. We were up on the regular field one day and moved down to the practice field, and there was 21 junior high kids down there. And that's how many I had on my junior high team, and I made my varsity team stop. And I said, look down there. I said, there hasn't been 21 kids on a team since, I can never remember that, and I've been here since I was in kindergarten, so I can never remember that many kids on one set team. So that's something that they created a program, winning tradition here, and something to really look forward to in the future.
There's that winning tradition, the girls basketball winning tradition as well. Several coaches involved in that. Coach Upton makes the move up to Trenton this year. Of course, he's still part of this community. Him and his son Cole, part of your basketball team.
Absolutely, yeah. He came to the last 2 nights' games. He got here late last night, but he was here on Monday night. His son's part of our basketball team. Like to wish him the best at Trenton, and we really thank him for all the success that he had here and what he brought here to our girls basketball program. We did a great job there.
And of course, Coach Bothwell taking over there. We're going to have her on as part of the program here on the Wildcat Coaches Show. Also, let's go ahead, like I said, great football season. Congratulations on that. We're going to speak to one of the members of, I believe, all 3 of your teams that you coach coming up here pretty soon in the program. That's Ethan Crow. He's going to be part of the show as well. So let's go ahead and roll into boys basketball. Tell us a little bit about what your roster is made up of, what type of year you expect to have. And we had a big win here recently over a team expected to really kind of contend for the conference title, so that's a big win for you. Tell us a little bit about some of the guys on the squad and what you expect this year.
We got 12 guys out this year. I'm starting 4 juniors and 1 senior. The 4 juniors are starting. They saw at one point or another, all of them started last year occasionally. The seniors started as well. So basically, I don't want to say 5 returning starters, but at one point or another they started at a certain point last year, whether it's because of injuries or just rotational type deals. And so they all have some great experience, game experience from last year. And as far as the big win Monday night, I knew a lot of people were picking Hardin and Meadville, kind of a 2-dog race there. And I had to kind of smile about that because I thought all the experience we had coming back, I thought that we could really contend right up there with either one of them. And I think we proved that there Monday night. And I didn't think it was our best showing. I know they didn't have their best showing either, but last year we saw Hardin 2 or 3 times, so I think we'll end up seeing them again later in the year. I think we'll both be more prepared and probably playing better basketball at that time, not quite as sloppy. We had 13 turnovers there in the first half against them, unforced turnovers. Wow. And so that kind of hurt us there, but they got great size and very athletic, and that's kind of our staple is athleticism. We have to really focus on our speed and agility because we're all about 6 foot across the board. That's something I really preach to my boys, just, we got to use our athleticism and never stop moving, getting after it, pressuring the ball on defense.
Right, and not a team, of course, a good 8-man football team you have, but a lot of big, strong kids because of that. A team that's not afraid to use that strength, the actual strength and physicality as part of your basketball team, too.
Oh, absolutely. We're in the weight room all the time. That's something we have to make up for. You know, we're not super tall, but we make up for it in our strength. And blocking out, you know, we have to do the little things right. We can't just rely on our size there on the basketball court, and that's something we do a better job of, is getting in the weight room and making up for it.
Strength of your basketball team that I can remember from last year, just 3 things that stand out. I know you graduated some good seniors off of it, but you have a good young post player in the Bothwell kid, real strong there. Like having 3 or 4 inches taller, of course, but does a lot of things really right down in the post. And I think of exceptionally athletic kids, Mason Merhoff back. He can shoot the 3, he can get to the rack, and kind of a very versatile player. Then you got good spot up shooters like Cole Upton, like we spoke about before.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have 3 or 4 more inches on Bothwell, but you know, he makes up for it with his athleticism. He is super quick, super strong kid down there. You know, you're not going to move him around down there. He's got a really quick first dribble, first step. That helps him out a lot. We're trying to work more on that, getting that first dribble, first step on the offensive end, and then defensively, I got him and Ethan Crow. Put them in the middle whenever we run our zone, and they really shut it down in there. You know, neither one of them are over 6 foot, maybe not even 6 foot, but they really shut it down in there with just their strength and their speed. Merhoff, he's going to be a staple for us all year. He's going to be our really get to the bucket kind of guy. Like Monday night, he had a buzzer beater. Whenever I called a timeout, I told him, ball's going in Merhoff's hands. He's taking it, had 5.5 seconds left. I said, you're taking it all the way to the rim. I said, whatever you got to do, get to the rim, put up a shot. If you can finish strong at the rim, that's fine. You're taking the shot. And, he ended up taking it all the way. Left side of the rim over there. Foot fell in for the victory over there. Upton hit some huge 3s that night. 4 for 7 Monday night against Hardin. So he's going to be a great spot-up shooter for us. Really opens it up.
So a nice victory over a very well-coached team, I'll also point out there. And I know you would too, in the Hardin Central Bulldogs. Kenny Lehman, an awful good basketball coach, and knew that they would really come in. Their length going to be tough for a lot of people to contend with, but an awesome job by your team. Congratulations on that success. What's the upcoming schedule look like basketball-wise? Then we're going to get into wrestling.
We have Northwestern Friday night, and I know that they contended really well with Meadville in their tournament over there. And I spoke to a few people, and they said they're really up for that game. And they got a really good guard player. His name's slipping me up right now. I can't remember, but I remember him from last year. I don't remember his number, but really good guard player. And then they got that Gardner down the post. He's a bigger type guy, and they like running a lot of pick and roll and things like that. So that'll be a good contest for us Friday night. And then the next couple weeks, we got Breckenridge next week, and then we play in the holiday hoops over the break.
Coach is good with numbers, I'm good with names. Colton Linscott and also
yes.
Luke Sanders, who got 3rd in the voting in the conference, I believe, last year. Linscott just a sophomore this year. Luke Sanders seems like he's been playing about 12 years now.
Yeah, the Sanders kid, he's all over the court. He is, super fast, great with the ball, great ball handling. He's going to be tough one to slow down. Again, I'd rather see that than the size, though. The size always kind of worries me just because we're not over 6 foot. Athleticism, I think we can handle a little bit better than what size is. Last year playing against Meadville and Duncan, 6 foot. That's just something.
That's a name you remember.
Yeah, that's a name you can remember right there. 6'7". He's worth his weight in gold on defense, just standing there at the rim. It's hard to get to the rim. And that's something we try to do quite a bit to open it, inside out. But, so the athleticism is a lot better to deal with than the size.
Right. Well, looks like a good, strong basketball season expected on both sides of things, boys and girls here at Southwest this year. We'll be speaking to you every couple of weeks or so we'll get into that. If we left any kids out, we certainly don't mean to. We'll have a good chance to cover everybody. I know Coach Anderson big about the team, every member of the team. You can't go out here and have good practices, and if you don't have good practices, aren't going to play good games. If you don't have a roster full of kids to be able to compete on a daily basis.
Oh, absolutely. I've told several kids, some of them aren't starters, and they don't see playing time at certain times. They think they should, or their parents think they should. But just, from football to basketball, anything that I've ever coached, if you don't have enough guys to scrimmage, like in practice, for basketball or football, it makes a huge difference. Every kid on the team is just as important as the starter or the star player. They're just as important because if they don't get those reps against them in practice, they're not going to be half the player they are. And I try to preach that to every one of my kids, and hopefully the parents understand that. And everybody should understand that if you don't have those reps in practice, and you can't take those reps if you don't have enough kids, so they're extremely important. And then just to go back, and touched on Kenny Lehman being a good coach. I'd like to, yes, he's a very good coach on both the girls and boys side. And then Coach Bothwell for our girls, I think she's really stepped in and did a great job with our girls this year. And she's got a nice young team, starting 4 underclassmen, a couple freshmen, and a couple freshmen coming off the bench. I think she keeps working with them. They're going to be a great team for many years.
There's some girl, maybe Runkles, something like that. She might be able to fill it up a little bit too. But
yeah, she's a very, very good athlete. She's going to be a great player for them all year long. She's a horse in there. She's going to be, tough one to stop.
Good basketball season, like we said, looking forward to those. Changing over to wrestling now. All the members of the CLAA, not wrestling schools, but some are and some are kind of changing, it sounds like, from what I'm hearing. Tell us a little bit about your wrestling roster. I know you had a lot of success last year. At least 2 state medalists, I believe you had, didn't you? At least 1 anyway.
Yes, Ethan Crow finished on the podium. Gage Benson was 8. He didn't medal, they only medal top 6, but he finished 8th. He's not coming out this year.
Really?
Yeah, senior, and he's not coming out this year. Pretty disappointed about that.
Did you work him too hard or what, Coach?
Oh, no, I don't think that was it. But we'd love to have him out, but he for other reasons, he wanted to work, things like that. Didn't come out this year. But, yeah, Ethan Crow's back. He's just a junior this year. He's wrestling a little bit heavier than what he was last year. Hopefully have him up to about 195 pounds by the end of the season. A lot of coaches like to have their kids cut weight throughout a wrestling season. We're kind of a little bit different and backwards, and I have a couple of them try to add weight just because they are in so many sports and things like that.
Talk to Mom, get them fattened up over the holidays a little bit, get them where you want them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, in addition to Ethan, who else is wrestling, or is anyone in wrestling, or what's the situation there?
The returners, we got Alec Trent coming back, Ryan Bell, Levi Ireland. John Anderson came back. He didn't wrestle last year. He wrestled 2 years ago for me, but he's back this year as a senior.
He's not wrestling 119 either, is he?
No, he's not. He's 285. He's 285. Got to thank everybody. Jordan Kunapasic, he's a new kid out. Colin Donahoe, they're the 60s and 70 or 60 pounder and 70 pounder on the team. And then Lake Crow, Ethan's younger brother, is in there. He's got a few big wins already. I think he has, opportunity to make it to state as well.
Don't think maybe a little sibling rivalry might come in there. What do you think with Lake and Ethan? Ethan a couple years older, but I saw some good things from Lake out there on the football field as well.
Oh, if there was Ethan's biggest fan, I would say it's probably Lake. He's probably one of his biggest supporters, and I think that it's vice versa. They're going to push each other to be their best, not competitively, but they just want the best for each other. And you hardly ever see that with 2 siblings like that, but I think they're probably best friends along with brothers as well.
That's pretty neat. That's stuff we like to have here and hear about on Wave TV, so that's great to hear about. The other thing you really helped me out with, Jordan Kunapasic's name, because there's a whole lot of opinions out there. I'm getting it not from the horse's mouth, but from somebody that definitely knows. So it's Jordan Kunapasic. We actually got it right during the football broadcast. I asked one of the students from here before I put that one out over the air, but it's kind of funny that I've heard a lot of pronunciations, but we finally got it right.
He's been called everything in the book. I've heard at least a dozen different ones over the last couple of years. And we always get a chuckle out of it. He's like, "What do you think they're going to call me tonight, Coach?" I said, "Well, if you keep performing like you did this year," I said, "they're going to get it right, I guarantee it." Keep having those good performances, they'll make sure to get it right.
Tyler Anderson, head coach of the Southwest Wildcat football team, boys basketball team, also the wrestling team. It's our pleasure to join him here today. We'll see him every couple of weeks or so. And the last thing, Coach, I said I wasn't going to say it on the air. Now I'm going to say it on the air. We're going to expect, we've got your own show now on Wave TV every Friday night on the Wave, the Coca-Cola Overtime Show. Chuck Haney, my co-host, has been on me. We're going to be expecting to hear from Tyler Anderson every Friday night.
I'll try to get those called in. I've been a little lackadaisical in the past and not doing it, but I'll try to get those called in as much as possible.
Good-natured about it. We appreciate it. Had a really good time talking with you today. We're going to talk to Ethan Crow next, and we're going to join Julie Bothwell as well and talk a little bit of Lady Wildcat basketball. So, Tyler, thanks a lot for coming by today. We're expect to see you every couple of weeks right here on the Wildcat Coaches Show on Wave TV.
With the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Rewards Card, you can save big at the pump. Simply sign up at customer service, then shop our ad for weekly Fuel Saver products. For every one you buy, you'll earn a discount on gas, as much as $2 or more per gallon. Because the more you shop, the more you save. Sign up for the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Rewards Card at customer service today and start to earn big discounts on gas. Some restrictions apply.
This year, wrap up your holidays in an unforgettable way. Indulge your loved ones with jewelry as unique as she is, with gorgeous gold and exquisite diamonds in the latest fashions. It's nearly impossible to go wrong. From classic to modern, there are options for every style. She'll be enraptured by these timeless and colorful creations that are as affordable as they are beautiful. Let yourself get wrapped up in the spirit of the holidays with sensationally crafted jewelry from Lawhoff Jewelry and Gifts in Chillicothe and Trenton.
Jill and Daryl of Essential Needs Day Spa and Cafe, located in downtown Chillicothe, invite you to stop by for great food and to experience their variety of great services. Jill and her staff offer 30 and 60-minute massages and beauty services like hair coloring and styling, as well as pedicures and manicures. Daryl offers some of the greatest food in town with an extensive menu that includes breakfast served all day. Just stop by today at Essential Needs Day Spa and Cafe, located in downtown Chillicothe on the east side of the square.
This is Brent Klein, owner of the New Woody's Automotive Group in Chillicothe. Over the past few months, our customers have been giving testimony over the radio, bragging about their wow experience at the New Woody's. The bottom line is that 99.8% of our customers expressed tremendous satisfaction with the price, selection, and treatment. Our customers were wowed because we give our best price up front, the same price, on the net and the car, trade or not, third-party verified to be among the lowest in the nation with no hidden tacked-on fees. The New Woody's Automotive Group in Chillicothe. Wow!
Like what you hear? Go to wildwoodies.com.
Welcome back now to the student segment of the Wildcat Coaches Show here on Wave TV. Again, I'm your host, Rod Tompkins, and I'm joined by a young man who's a big part of things here at Southwest Livingston County High School, athletically and student-wise, and that's Ethan Crow. Ethan, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, we talked to Coach Anderson already. A great football season, one that you were a huge part of, and a part of a very successful team that we talked about. You guys had the best run in a very long amount of time here at Southwest Livingston. I believe since year number 2 that they actually played football. You guys ran into a good North Andrew team who eventually ended things. But tell us a little bit about the great season, your experiences with your teammates this year.
We really came a long ways from the beginning. I mean, I didn't know how we were going to be this year. Kind of rough. We lost a bunch of starters. But we had a lot of people come out. We lost quite a few. We all busted our butt and got better out there on the practice field and just got better throughout the season and really ended on a strong note.
Busting your hind end, that's something that requires some tough kids to get out there and do. I know toughness, smash mouth football, a big part of Coach Anderson's philosophy.
Yes, sir.
And guys like to go out there, work hard in the weight room, go out there and, for lack of better terminology, smack them in the mouth, see who comes out on top.
We do.
All right, well, very successful season there, so congratulations on that. We move into basketball and wrestling season. You're a part of both those teams. Basketball-wise, we know Brandon Bothwell coming along down in the post. You've got some really good guards around you. You're not exactly blessed height-wise, but you're a strong guy, also a big part of the interior defense. Looks like things could get spread a little bit thin for Ethan Crow. You got a lot of people depending on you to do a lot of things, but
I just go out there and do my best every day and do what I can with people around me. They do their best, and it just all turns out in the end.
It's good to have good teammates, good to have good coaches behind you supporting you. The community around Ludlow, Dawn, the areas that come to school here, very, very supportive as well. But there's not many nights that these bleachers aren't full here at Southwest Livingston.
Yeah, it was a pretty big crowd.
All right, good thing there. Wrestling season coming up. You were a state medalist last year, ended up 4th, I believe. So was that your first time competing at state then, or this year?
Yes, it was.
Pretty big experience and a whole lot of things going on down there.
Mm-hmm.
You ended up taking 4th. Who took 3rd? Who's the kid that got you last year?
Jacob Spillman from Trenton.
From Trenton, very good. There's a storied wrestling program there at Trenton. You're 171. You probably had to cut to get a little bit to get there. I'm guessing just a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
Still, 171. Well, that's a class. It doesn't matter who you're wrestling any given night. You know that 171 is going to be a strong, athletic guy.
Mm-hmm. I was pretty well built, and kind of between the speed.
Right. You're going to move up, it sounds like. Coach Anderson tells us you in favor of that idea, ready to put on a few pounds?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for football.
Right. Be that much tougher to bring down whenever you run the football or whatever next year. So expecting to improve. Do you think that move up in class is going to help you as far as maybe being able to move up the podium a little further so you can add some additional strength, or how do you see that all working out?
There's going to be some stronger kids than me in 195, but I think I'll have the speed and technique on them, so I think I can come out on top in most matches. Brother
Lake, how much does he weigh? You guys able to get at each other a little bit on the wrestling mat, get a little practice in?
He's only 126, but sometimes I'll wrestle him and just for his sake help him get better. I mean, I want what's best for him. I want him to go out there and show people what he can do.
That's good to see, man. It's good to see. Well, I tell you what, enjoying a lot of success. You still got a lot of things to accomplish, though. I'm assuming one of those is probably going to be a state football title you're in hopes of next year. A good solid basketball season, maybe a move up the podium in wrestling as well. Ethan Crow, junior here at Southwest Livingston, has been our guest. So far has had a great football season. Basketball looking good with a big victory over Hardin as well. And like I said, wrestling coming up and a possible move up the podium at Columbia this year. I want to thank you for stopping by, Ethan. It's been a real pleasure. We'll have a different Wildcat on each week, so thanks for coming by. It's the first time kind of being the guinea pig for us.
Thank you.
I'm Rod Tompkins. We're going to go ahead and take a little break. We'll come back then with Julie Bothwell, head coach of the Southwest Livingston County Lady Wildcat basketball team. We'll do that next year on Wave TV.
Piggly Wiggly is proud to be your locally owned hometown grocer, which means it's the only grocery store where the money spent in the store actually stays in the community. Featuring the best meat department in the area, where all the beef and pork is raised in the USA and cut and packaged right in the store. Piggly Wiggly Deli features delicious favorites like Champ's Chicken or Jack's Tenderloins. Dine in or carry out, lunch or dinner. Also available for catering any size with any menu. Book your next event through our deli department. Stop by Piggly Wiggly today for fast, convenient grocery shopping, exceptional meat quality, and down-home friendly folks. Support hometown, support Piggly Wiggly.